The Street Corner Soapbox. The Street Corner Soapbox with Falso and Willin. Podcast takeover. We're making a killing. Music to nightlife. Debauchery and street news. Serving it hot. We are some street news, movies and mayhem. The craziest guests. Words from chaos. Get it off our chest. Rhode Island, worldwide. Dark corners in all places. Speak how we live, radio show, smoking aces. Ladies and gents, for the people we're talking. Take the show on the road, right where you're walking. Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Street Corner Soapbox Podcast coming to you live.
That's right, boys and girls. Street Corner Soapbox. Now, we all know during this crazy time with the pandemic, businesses are struggling. So we're here to support local businesses, and we need your help to do so also.
That's right. So subscribe to our Patreon, become a member to help support the show, and receive exclusive episodes and bonus content, as well as discounts on merch. That's patreon.com/streetcorner_soapbox2020.
Follow us on our website, streetcornersoapbox.com.
That's right, boys and girls. Street Corner Soapbox. We are back. I'm here with my brother, Lord Willin.
Hey, how the hell are you?
What do you hear? What do you say?
What do you hear? What do you say?
Another good guest today, Mike Gallo.
Mike Gallo, my brother from the legendary Agnostic Front. What's going on, bro?
What up, man? What's going on?
Not much, bro. Good to have you on, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm considering. I'm all right. It's been interesting.
Yeah, maintaining out there.
But yeah, everything's good. I mean, it's crazy because, of course, when all this shit hit, everybody's like, they're like, oh, they're gonna shut everything down. What do you mean they're gonna shut everything down? I'm gonna shut everything down. You know what I mean? Like, are you fucking kidding me? And they shut everything down. You know?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, it's amazing. I mean, because obviously we've never, in our lifetime, we've never dealt with anything like this. But, shit like this supposedly happens like every 100 years or so.
Right.
I don't fucking know. But I'm hanging in there, I got my health. I got my family. I don't know about music anymore, but I still got my art.
Yeah, you're killing it with the art, man. We're gonna get into that. How's the scene look as far as like COVID in New York and everything in the tri-state area? How are things right now with the restrictions? I just want to get a quick glimpse of that.
Right now, I'm not really sure exactly what's going on. Nothing is shut down yet, but I'm hearing that. I think that's what might happen very soon. I know they shut shit down in California.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sure it's going to trickle down its way over here. I hear a lot of hospitals are starting to fill up again.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I just got my COVID test. I'm free. I'm good.
Word.
No Rona here.
No doubt. Yeah, they shut. So in Rhode Island, we're in a 2-week lockdown right now. Where the governor proclaimed a 2-week lockdown. Massachusetts just it's not a full lockdown, but they became more restricted in Massachusetts. So we're gonna see what happens. I mean, there's rumors of full lockdowns again. I hope not, but for the sake of my sanity. But you know how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can fucking say is, if there's any time to do it, it is in the wintertime.
Yeah, true.
Fuck, man. It's just like, as far as I know, they're saying starting like 2021, about 70% of New York City restaurants will be fucking closed.
That's fucking insane.
That's kind of like how it is out here. Businesses straight shut down. They're not ever opening again. They sold the companies and everything.
It's sad, man.
Yeah.
Small businesses are just in a bad spot right now.
Yeah. And it's like, if you think about it with the trickle-down effect, even just all the businesses that are out there, you know how many people that employs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, millions.
That is like what, you know what I mean? Like, people are fucking flooding that in New York City. Like,
right.
People, a lot of people moved out. If you think about it, like, I'm fucking lucky. I live in a house. Can you imagine fucking being stuck during the quarantine in a fucking studio apartment.
Yeah.
With more than just even just one other person. Like, there's no escape.
No.
Lock yourself in the bathroom, you know? Like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, where you gonna go? You fucking lose your mind. You want to talk about domestic violence and fucking people getting divorced?
Oh, yeah.
It's wild, you know? It's, I don't know. You know, I just, you know, the city is really, I don't know. It's taking a change. It's like fucking. I'm not gonna say it's a war zone, but it's fucking turning into shit over there. It's like,
that's what I'm hearing. Yeah,
business is closing everywhere, and it's just kind of I don't know. It's getting dark. It's fucked up, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe they'll go back to the old New York, like.
I mean, see, yeah, you know, I mean, I hear you. You know what I mean, and that's cool. And you know, I mean, you know, through bad times comes good things too. You know, maybe fucking rents will get lowered. Maybe maybe artists will be able to live there again.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
So you know, that's some cool shit. But you know, it's just a scary time. You know, it's just everything is just so. The whole unknown is what's boggling everybody's mind. You know, and then there's so many other things to get into. They're just, you know, you got one half of the world saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get a vaccine. Everything's gonna be great," and then you got the anti-vaccinators, you know, who like, you know, I hear where they're coming from too, you know, and it's just a lot. It's a lot on the plate right now to even fucking try to wrap your head around, you know. And it's just like even with politics, you know what I mean? There's people on the right side, people on the left side, you know, like it everything is just so divided.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's too much, you know what I mean? And I feel like no matter what you think, you're getting like locked into. I don't know. It's just divided all around, even in like every way. It's fucking wild. I've just never seen anything like it. I've never seen racism like it is now, and it's like it's wild. It's like, dude, I grew up in on the border of Queens and Long Island, and half black, half white school, and like, I don't know, man, everybody got along.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's how it should be.
It was all about living color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's you know, like it was like that's what I remember. Like, everyone hung out. Everybody got along. You know what I mean? Like it was. I don't know, and it's just like there's so much tension these days. It's just wild, man. It's like. It's fucking, you know.
The media doesn't help push it.
No, the media doesn't help at all. They make it worse.
No, they completely make it worse, and that's what the government wants. They want to divide us.
Absolutely. You know? Mike, maybe on the bright side, maybe a bunch of the hipsters will leave New York City after all this.
Well, yeah. Hopefully. Fucking annoying.
That could be one positive to come out of this whole thing.
Right? Because I remember when I was cutting, because when I was doing the barber thing, which I'm really not doing at all anymore. I was working in a hipster hair salon as a barber in there, and I was right in the heart of Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh yeah,
and it's crazy over there. It was like ridiculous over there.
We hear that a lot about New York. There's a lot of hipsters.
Oh, Brooklyn's bad too, man. I mean, I've been to Williamsburg in recent times, and it's hipster fucking central.
I mean, there's a lot of women there.
Oh yeah.
Besides that, it's ridiculous. You know, it's just fucking man buns and you know, just like it is whack.
We need a hipster apocalypse, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I was fucking. The funny thing is, I was coming right out of barber school. I was new. I was fresh. You know, and then I was working in the salon, fucking $50 haircut.
Oh, man.
So I was making $25 a haircut plus a tip.
Yeah.
You know, so like each haircut I was making like $35, $40.
Yeah, man. That's good money. You know, you can't front on that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was all right, you know?
Yeah.
It was all right.
Get by for sure.
Yeah.
That was like that era of my life was my last years of kind of like being like single. Because like now I'm married with a kid. Like,
Right.
This is like the next chapter of my life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I've
So
seen
that
the
was like
I've seen the transition. I remember when you were cutting hair. I remember you were giving out, you were doing haircuts at Diablo Fest, I think it was, in the
Yeah.
in the fucking in the basement of fucking Webster Hall and shit.
Yeah, man, that was cool. You know, doing all that really helped out. You know, like I definitely got a little clientele. I would get people coming over when I was living in Stigma's apartment. Like,
Yep.
people were coming by. I was doing haircuts there. That was
Yeah,
fucking
hell yeah.
cool. It was fun. It was fun. People would come by, hang out. I mean, we'd have drinks. Sometimes Stigma would cook. It was
Man.
fun. You know.
That's a legendary. That's a legendary apartment. I had a very late night into morning. Actually, you were there. This is probably almost fucking 10 years ago, and I don't remember much, but I remember we went to the bodega to get beer probably around 6 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, we had many nights there.
Yeah.
If the walls could talk.
I know, right?
Oh Lord.
Mike, so let's get into your background, how you got into music, your early inspirations and influences, going to shows, and getting maybe into artwork at that time as well.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it's interesting because you know, my dad was a musician, and he was doing when I was growing up, he was doing the wedding dance circuit. He had his own wedding band.
Oh, nice.
So he did music. My mom always played a little piano. We always had a piano in the house. She was just she was like a stay-at-home mom, you know, and she was just home blasting music all the time. She'd be like, I mean, I didn't know this now until I got older and realized, like, she was always probably hanging out, partying, getting her drink on, blasting fucking everything from like Zeppelin to like fucking Michael Jackson and all sorts of crazy shit. So I was surrounded by music. It was basically, you know, I was born into it. So I was just, you know, music, and then, you know, music and art kind of go together. I was always into doing art as well. I was into sports a lot as a kid, and then I think I saw Bronx Tale. And they said, Mickey Mantle will pay your bills?
Yeah.
That was it. Never watched sports again, except for boxing. But, yeah, so I was always into music, you know, like my dad was, you know, always into it. And I remember as a kid, at one point, I must have been in like sixth grade. I was like, Dad, you know, I think I want to play. Actually, I was younger. It's probably like fifth grade. Like, I got into music very young, also, and I got into like early music, early like heavy metal, because my cousin was a couple of years older than me, so he would be playing Kiss and fucking like Sabbath and all sorts of shit like that, you know. And then of course, like then Metallica came around, and that was it, you know. Once we heard like those first Metallica records, it was just like, whoa, you know, that was it. I was a very young metalhead, you know. I just remember having like a Metallica jacket, mullet, like like. And I was like everybody else was like, you know, their fucking parents were probably still dressed in them. You know what I mean? It was like that wasn't the case here. You know, like I was into that shit young. So funny thing was, I was really big into music. You know, I had a bunch of dudes I'd hang with. We listened to the music, and then as I got into my high school, my junior high school was together. It was like the 7th to 12th grade, big school, you know. But everybody was Guidos there. There was no metalhead. So like nobody would fucking listen to the music with me. So for years I would just listen to it to myself, and then eventually I kind of fucking got out of it because I had nobody to like hang out with and listen to the music with. It was just kind of like whatever. So that's when I discovered hip hop, you know?
Okay.
Because a lot of my friends were like, we were into like hip hop at that time, and a lot of those guys like freestyle. And I wasn't really into it. You know what I mean? I wasn't into the whole freestyle thing. Funny thing is, now I listen to it and I laugh and I like it because it reminds me of being a kid. But like back then, I didn't like it. You know. So I got into hip hop, and then as I got a little bit older, I had like my school was a vocational school, so I met a lot of kids from other schools. And I met this one girl, and she introduced me to like underground bands, kind of like Fishbone and like Husker Du and shit like that. And like before I kind of got into like hardcore, then a buddy of mine from Staten Island moved over here, and he's like, oh, you listen to music? He's like, you ever listen to any hardcore punk? And I was like, no, not really. I was like, I heard of some names like Music Today and shit like that. He's like, oh man, he's like, fuck that. He's like, he started playing like all the New York hardcore bands to me, and I was like, this is kind of cool. But at first I was like, I don't really know. And he's like, nah, you got to come to the show. And we went to see Murphy's Law, and then that was it. That was the end of my life.
That was it.
My life was ruined.
Thank you to Jimmy G.
Yep. And then I met AZAC.
Oh, yeah, forget it, dude. That's it.
and then my life really fucking went to shit.
Do you remember your first hardcore show?
Yeah. It was of course, it was Murphy's Law. That was it.
Oh, yeah, you just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Murphy's Law. Who else was on that gig? It was at the Wetlands. It was Murphy's Law. I think JFA canceled. And I think Crown of Thorns was on the bill.
Oh, dope.
I think it was. Or maybe... I don't know, I forget who exactly, but it was. I just remember there's a moment. This is like it's a weird moment that I had in my life where I was up front and I was like singing along, because I knew the music, and I was like, this is cool. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking great. I'm like, and then I'm realizing like this is the greatest fucking thing ever. I was like, I can't believe I didn't fucking see this until I was like fucking like 19, because I was a kid. Like, I don't know, I was, I didn't know of hardcore, you know what I mean? But I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I was like, fucking amazing. Like, and I remember sitting back after about like maybe 45 minutes of Murphy's Law playing. I had to get something to drink. I don't know, I was sitting by the bar, and I'm like, holy shit! I was like, this is me. This is where I just never felt like I belonged somewhere. I was like, this is what I was missing in my life. I just knew it. I just fucking knew it. And I said to myself, that's what I want to do. I picked my bass up again. I used to play bass for a little bit, and then I was just like, I got bored with it. My teacher sucked. He was boring. I was like, I don't want to play this anymore. He didn't want to show me any songs. I was like, whatever. So the next day, I dusted off my bass, and I just started playing bass again. Seriously, I was just like, this is what I want to fucking do. And honestly, 5 years, like 6 or 7 years later, I was in Agnostic Front.
Wow. When
yeah.
What was your first band? Did you play in any early bands around that time?
Yeah, I was. Me and my brother started a band called On the Rise. It was kind of like a. It's hard to explain. It was definitely more kind of like Burn. Kind of like a melodic, but yet still fast and hard. It was a little more on the little more melodic tip. It was definitely kind of like Burn.
Okay.
It's the closest thing I can kind of. It was on Bridge 9 Records.
What was the name of this band?
On the Rise.
On the Rise. I've never heard it, but I'm gonna definitely check it out now. Is any of the music available digitally?
You know what? I think it's on Spotify now.
Okay, cool.
But this is another On the Rise band, so you gotta.
Oh, really?
You gotta see. I think you gotta put on the Rise. The name of the record was Burning Inside, and it was on Bridge 9 Records.
Okay, cool.
Derek Hess did the artwork for it. Honestly, we were pretty original. I mean, I don't think there's any band that really kind of like sounded like us. We definitely had our own sound, which was great. And like before we broke up, I remember we had like a demo tape of shit, and we were like, "Yo, this is gonna be fucking so dope!" Like, and I remember that tape. My fucking ex-girlfriend fucking must have ejected the tape, put it in, and put a soda on top of it.
Oh man,
The whole fucking all those songs were gone. Like
it's always
he broke up after that.
it's always the ex girl. You're not the first person that we've interviewed that said that ex girl fucking ruined all that shit.
She ruined it, all right.
Mike, were you doing any artwork around this time, graffiti or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been into. I honestly, I was. I mean, I'll never in a million years claim to be a heavy hitter.
Yep.
But you know, like I was doing graffiti back in a young age, man. You know, like we would go and hit the parkways and rob fucking stores like Pergamon and Orange Front. All these fucking stores we used to go. All these paint stores we would go to over here, and we would rack paint. I actually can't believe we used to do this shit. We used to be able to get away with this back then. You know, no cameras and no shit.
Right. Different world.
Yeah, but like, you know, I mean, we used to go out. I mean, the thing that sucked about what I always fucking regretted was like, I never really had a tag that fucking stuck. I feel like every time we went bombing, I wrote something different.
Oh, really?
And then, like, nothing really stuck. And and then the tag that I did kind of when I was thinking of it was like so generic, and so many other people had it. So I was like, all right, whatever. But and like, so like, I never really had like a fucking, you know, like a real tag that I always stuck with. But I was always into art. I was always doing like characters and cartoons, and I was big. In fact, I went to college for 2 weeks and dropped out. Literally, it was like I was like, this sucks. But I went to school to become an advertising artist, and I was just I don't know, I was kind of turned off by it. It just definitely wasn't. I don't know. My head wasn't in. I shouldn't have went to college right after high school because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
No, I agree. I was in the same boat.
I think it's kind of good to like go out, maybe work for a couple of years, figure you're cause after high school you just like it's such an important time in your life. You know what I mean? It's like the first time you're like out on your own. You know what I mean?
I definitely think you should definitely get a job and start working. That gives you character. It teaches you stuff.
Yeah.
You're not riding your parents' coattails. You're out there in the real world.
I agree.
You can learn a lot.
A lot of kids get rushed into college, and that's like, you know, and that's when they fail.
I think 14, I got working papers.
Yeah,
it's definitely good. You definitely learn a lot more.
Yeah, you do. You totally do. You know what I mean? You're finally getting out to the. You know, you finally get exactly. You're not riding your parents' coattails anymore. And, you know, even if I remember, I was still living at home, but then I finally started paying rent, and you know, like
or anything, you give back a little bit, however you can, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, you know. So it's kind of like a weird time, and I went to school to be an artist, and then I just fucking hated it, and I dropped out, and then my dad's like, you're not a college guy. I'm not wasting my money. So, and then we wound up starting a landscape business. And then I just got pretty big into music, you know, and I put the art thing aside. But what was cool is I go on tour, and I would always, like, kind of tag up here and there, but, like, nothing really serious. And then I just kind of, I didn't start doing art again until, like, 5 years ago, until when I got married and moved to Jersey and had a kid. Like, my whole life changed. Like, I wasn't living in the city anymore. I wasn't going out. And I needed something else besides just my family and the music, you know, like I needed something else to get into. It's just a weird progression. I remember like my wife making fun of me. Like I was doing like weird fucking stupid Etsy type shit. Like, you know, like out of crates and building weird shit, you know, like my wife was like making fun of me, you know, it's like, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to start fucking getting back into drawing and into art, and it just like I just kind of fell back in love with it, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's proven successful for you.
Yeah, because you know it's like same thing. Like I feel like school, as much as school is great for you, I don't know. Sometimes it kind of sucks the raw love of it out of it.
I agree.
Mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I when I went to like music lessons. Fucking the teacher sucked. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
I hated music class. I failed music class in high school.
You know, I'm like, dude, man, I'm like, fucking show me a riff, dude, a Metallica riff. You know,
yeah, right.
Ready for that yet. I'm like, well, show me me like one or two notes. Show me half of it. Show me something to get me excited to play. He's like, oh, you got to learn the scales first. You got to learn the scales first. And I was like, all right, give me a little fucking wet my beak over here.
Taste?
Yeah, man.
You know, like, fuck it. And it sucked the love out of music for me, and I stopped playing at that time. I feel like
that probably happens a lot with everything, art, music.
Well, like I remember a music class, they're trying to teach you how to read notation, and read music, and I'm fucking 16, 17 years old. I'm like, I probably have fucking ADHD or something. I'm like, dude, I don't care about this. You know what I mean?
But they showed you something cool, a different approach.
Now I'd be able to dig it, but back then my mind was elsewhere. I love music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my mind was elsewhere, not trying to focus on learning to read music and listen to classical compositions and whatever the fuck they were trying to teach us.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like, everything I do, I'm completely self-taught.
Yeah.
I'm self-taught playing music. I'm self-taught in art, and I'm making a living off of doing both.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I just think it's like, I think if you just put everything that you fucking have into it, and you know, you just pour all your passion and your heart into it, you can make it happen. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Schooling is great, and you know, I guess a little bit of it. It's just I'm just not a school guy, man.
Yeah, exactly. Depends what you want to do.
I don't work like that, you know. I just but I've managed.
Yeah, but you said you went to a vocational school, right?
Well, when I went to my high school was like 3 classes.
Yeah, I went to a vocational school too for culinary, so it made it easy to go because half the year you're in another whole what you're enjoying doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. So it was like I remember I was doing that in high school. It was kind of cool, and then I was doing advertising art. I was like, oh, that's cool, and my teacher was fucking mad cool.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I loved the class, and then like when I went to college, it sucked. I was like, fuck this shit. Go cut lawns. Next thing you know, I was in Agnostic Front.
Yeah. So 2001, you joined the Agnostic Front. You want to talk a little bit about how you came about that and what it's like to play with the godfathers of hardcore?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we met Agnostic Front when I was with my other band On the Rise. We wound up like remastering a demo we did at the same studio that the guys from AF recorded all the Epitaph years. So I guess the owner of the studio, he actually remastered it for us. We hung out with him and we got along with him really well. And I think it was might have been around Christmas time or something like that. And they were like, hey, so we're having a Christmas party. You guys should come. All the guys from AF will be there. And we were like, yo, we got to go. It's going to be fucking so awesome. So we wound up meeting, Roger and Vinny, and at the time, Coletti and Kabula. And we hit it off well with those guys. And then we would just hang at shows all the time. And shortly after that, I remember I was at L'Amour's, and Kabula, who was playing bass at the time, was like, hey, I'm sick of touring. I got a great job. I want to stay home with my family. I'm over this. He's like, you really seem like the type of guy who's got his heart into it. He's like, you want to play in AF? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, yeah. Hold on. Let me think about that. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And then I just remember they called me down to come for like a tryout. There was like one other dude, and I was of course I was nervous, and I was practicing with my brother, and like the other guy was like way better than me, like definitely a better musician. So I remember Coletti, who's the drummer at the time, he's like, yo, let's go get some beers. And I was like, all right, here we go. You're a nice guy, but this guy is much better. So we walk out the building, and he goes, you're in. I'm like, what do you mean I'm in? And I was like, really? I was like, fuck. I'm like, that other guy's way better. And he was like, yeah, you're horrible. He's like, don't worry, punk rock, you'll learn. He's like, you're one of us. I was like, all right, cool, yeah. And, that was it, And then, I'd say the truth, the first tour I went on, I mean, I wasn't doing well. They were, Roger was like, look, kid, he's like, if you don't really learn these songs ASAP, he's like, we're going to really have to get somebody else to do it. He's like, it's not sounding good. and it really wasn't.
Yeah.
So he's a bass player, so he showed me some stuff. And at the time, we were on tour with TSOL. I remember the guitar player Ron. He was a great dude, and I remember him showing me a lot of stuff and sitting with me. And we really, I was like, I can't fucking throw this shit away. I'm like, this is nuts. So, those guys showed me some stuff, and Roger was like, look, stop jumping around, learn the songs and play. And he's like, learn the fucking songs, and then you can worry about doing whatever. But he's like, you're not even playing these songs right. It's not sounding right. And then it worked out. A couple of shows into it, I got it. I was practicing it nonstop backstage and sound checking, and and then here I am, fucking 20 years later.
Yeah, man.
2021 will be 20 years.
Word. Successful career with Agnostic Front for sure. You definitely learned the songs. What's the first album you played on?
Dead Yuppies. It's a horrible one. No, that's like the last record on Epitaph, and Roger had like really nothing to do with it. And I had nothing to do with it as well. Like all the songs were written, and it's just I don't know. It's definitely a couple good songs on it. It's just it was like to get off from Epitaph record,
Yeah. And the contract.
Yes, and then that was it. That was the first record I was on. So,
but your least favorite AF record was the first record you were on.
Yeah, but that was the most fun I had in the band. The first 2 years were fucking insane. It was like probably some of the best times of my life. Like, it was incredible. And then my brother joined the band, and then it fucking sucked.
A lot of brotherly disputes.
Oh God, it was crazy. It was he just sucked a lot of fun. As much as I love him to death, and he's an incredible musician, and he was just, I don't know. We just got, it was tough going out there with my brother. We were going through some hard times. Like our mom just died. And it was just a wild fucking time, So then he actually just kind of was just like, he wound up leaving because he was just like, I'm done with this. It was just getting too out of hand. And, and I love him to death, but it was better. We actually get along now, So
yeah, you don't have that strain on your relationship.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was fucking. I couldn't stand the guy,
Yeah.
It sucked my brother, But it was great, We get along great now, and we grew up. Yeah, it was a crazy time. But yeah, those first 2 years when it was just the four of us, it was just me, Vinny, Roger, and Jimmy. It was that was amazing. It was, it was unbelievable. It was a really fucking great time.
Now, you guys have toured a lot. Extensively, playing close to 300 shows a year, right? What are some of your favorite places to play domestically and overseas?
Honestly, we have a really, really big fan base in Germany. It'd be crazy not to say that I don't love playing there. It's just, we get a lot of love there. I really love Prague. It's just a beautiful city. The people have just seen the people are always great there. Prague is definitely one of my probably one of my favorite cities. It's just beautiful. I love Berlin too. I love Berlin. It's everything's changing now too, but Berlin always, especially even 10 years ago, it was kind of like how New York City was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So it still had that grittiness to it, but yet it was fucking just a great city. I love Berlin. It's all changing now too. Everything's gentrified, but now everything. Who knows? Maybe everything will go back to be wild again.
Yeah,
are they doing shows overseas?
No, they're not doing shows anyway. I've seen. I think in the UK during the summer they were doing a couple of outdoor stadium shows, but everyone was divided into groups of 5.
Yeah.
And it was like VIP sections or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine like a hardcore show like that? Like,
yeah, it's too
No,
sad.
dude, it would take the life out of it because the hardcore, the heart of the hardcore show is the pit and the fucking camaraderie and jumping on each other and diving off the stage.
exactly. That's why it's like, you know, like, how's it going to be? You know, are people going to be afraid to do that? I thought, we don't fucking really know, you know? I don't know. I mean, we have a tour schedule. Everything that we planned to do this year got pushed a year forward. So we have a tour. We're supposed to go on tour. We're sick of it all in like, I don't know, it's like March or April, something like that. Hopefully that goes through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope so.
You know? I really hope so too. I hope people will be hungry. I mean, I guess they're saying now the vaccination's coming out, and
Yeah,
I don't know. You know,
should have definitely something by
another
summer.
issue,
I think.
we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I've heard possibly by the summer that the vaccination will be available to everyone, and maybe end of the summer, fall, we'll see some return to normalcy.
Did you say that they're making, like, to go into certain places, they're saying that you're going to have proof that you got the vaccine?
Yeah, I heard that overseas in, like, Europe and places like that, they're going to make these vaccination passports that you have to show that you got the vaccination in order to enter, like, just regular establishments.
Yeah, like bars and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I ain't going back to work then, I guess.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. I mean, there's so many. That's another fucking thing.
Yeah.
God, I have so many friends that are anti-vaccine.
Yeah.
And,
well, people are scared.
Yeah.
They're skeptical.
People are scared, and you can't blame them, though.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll fucking have a stroke. I'll get the vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. You know, there's so many people with all this different information, and everybody calls everybody crazy because they don't think the way they think.
Everybody's a doctor and a scientist right now.
Yeah,
well,
man.
you know,
and
the so-called experts. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this is the way I look at it. You know what? I've done so many drugs in my life. I
can't get it.
I don't give a shit. You know, I just want to fucking go on with life. I mean, and then there's people saying, you know, then you're giving in to fucking, and you know, they're like, you know, and there's some people saying also fucking that. I don't fucking know. I don't even know how possible this could even be. that when they inject us, there's going to be some sort of microchip in there.
A nanotechnology.
Microchip in a fucking.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. That probably could. I don't know.
That's a great
but you
question.
know what? This is the way I look at it. You know what? Besides hanging out, getting a little fucked up, I don't do anything wrong anyway. You want to fucking track me? I don't think it's cool, and I ain't down with it.
Yeah, they're already doing it with cell phones, so what's the really big
Yeah.
difference? You know what I mean?
They're already tracking us anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Our phones.
You know, the computers, everything now.
I mean,
They already know.
yeah, and some people get too deep into the conspiracy theories. Like, some people are obsessed, you know, and they think everything's a conspiracy, and I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, like they think they're going to just shut you down one day. Like, boop.
Yeah,
I don't have the time in my life to look into that. And you know what? I think it's good that people question it.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
have
mean?
to. You
I
have
think
to.
you should question everything. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Because I kind of sometimes, like, not argue with my wife, but I talk to my wife about it, you know what I mean? And, like, she's like, oh, everybody's trying to just, like, not want to, like, go along with it. I was like, it's not that I want to go along with it. I was like, you just have to understand it's just that, like, just because, she's like, do you really believe everything that they're feeding us? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was like, it's good to question everything. I was like, I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm not saying I don't want to take the vaccine, because I'm definitely going to take the vaccine. I want to go on tour again. I want to live my life. But I'm going to say, I don't blame people for questioning everything. I don't blame people for fucking being like, hey, what kind of side effects are there?
Like the Flint with the water and the fluoride, and there's just a bunch of stuff that they're never honest with us, so it makes, you know, the regular person kind of question more stuff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't think that this fucking thing is going anywhere right now. The coronavirus. Yeah. I think it's just going to be something we're going to have to fucking learn how to live with.
Yeah, like the flu. You know?
I haven't heard anything about the flu this year.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, apparently, well, you know what? I mean, not to go down a conspiracy rabbit hole here, but, I mean, are they counting flu cases as COVID cases? Because
I haven't heard nothing H1N1.
There's rumors that at the hospitals, they're pretty much calling anything and everything a COVID case.
Yeah, I've heard that too. You know what I mean? And like, here's another thing. My neighbor got it the other day. She had no symptoms, and I was with her and her son the other day. So she's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know that I got it. You should get checked out." And I'm like, "How you feeling?" She's like, "I don't really have any symptoms. I just kind of have like a cold. I just feel like shit. I'm not, like she's not really feeling anything. You know what I mean?" So she was like, "All right." She wound up taking a home test, and then the home test was negative.
Wow.
So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't even know.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
People
are sending them in. They're coming back different reviews.
Well, what was that thing you sent me where the person there was a thing I read that you sent me, Rob, that the person that worked at the hospital sent it.
They were sending in the swabs with nothing on it. They weren't putting nothing on it. They were just sending them, and they were coming back positive.
Yeah. So this person that worked at the hospital was sending in swabs that hadn't been tested, and they were coming back positive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean,
that's because they get money. They just get money. They're all deals. And
I don't trust the numbers, man. I think the virus is real. I believe it's real, but I do not trust the numbers.
Oh yeah,
I definitely.
agree.
There's no way they can get.
It's a money game.
And then another thing is, so they're telling everybody to get tested now, so just to make sure you don't have it. So of course the numbers are going to be up.
Right.
Everybody's getting tested.
Right.
Think about that. How crazy. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. And the media, of course, only focuses on
the bad.
The doom and gloom.
We were talking about that. The bad. You don't talk about the positive.
No.
My grandmother beat it with pneumonia and a blood clot.
Yeah,
she's
at 85 years old.
But you're not going to hear that in the news.
No.
You're going to hear about all this shit.
Or how about how low the death rate is? Why don't they ever talk about that? You know?
Yeah, that's just the thing. It's like, how do you know the real death rate? That's all.
You don't.
Because it's all money. How much do you think those companies are really making?
They're getting paid, bro. The hospitals, they're getting paid.
I mean, they get everybody working for them in a sense, you know.
Yeah.
You hear it from the front line people, the nurses and stuff. They're like, "Oh no, we sent the test and they're coming back this way." Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
something's not right. A lot of shadiness going on.
It's all money.
But what else is new?
Well, back to music a little bit, Mike. What would you say, in your opinion, is your favorite Agnostic Front album?
My favorite AF album.
Yeah, your favorite AF album.
I'm going to give you kind of, because there's so many of them. Like, I mean, of course, not that this sounds so cliche, but I mean, there's definitely a magical, special thing about Victim in Pain. Even though how horrible it sounds, there's something about it.
Amazing.
They captured something on that recording that was just really weird, crazy. The songs are great, and it's just kind of it's kind of just like a special hardcore record. There's something about that record. Like, even playing those songs, like the energy is fucking bananas, you know? Like, I have a lot of fun, like, when we just do, like, just those songs. It's fun doing that, you know? I have a good time doing it.
Yeah, front to back, that's a classic. Everybody should listen to Victim in Pain at least once.
Absolutely. I love that record. I love their comeback record, Someone's Gotta Give.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great album, too.
That's a banger, you know? Like, that's a really good fucking record. It was like a really strong comeback record. And it was even on a different tip, you know, because AF just did fucking one voice. And then we went from one voice to that. So that was like a different thing. And then they, so those, I'm going to say that those are my two favorite records. Favorite AF records.
Yeah, I think those are my two favorite, too.
Some of the ones that, that I'm on. I don't need to mention those,
Well, I like the ones that you're on as well, but I really love those two albums that you just mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just, they're classics. I mean, not even like Gotta Go. I mean, Gotta Go's a great song on its own.
Yeah.
I've heard it so many fucking times.
You hear it in your sleep.
But to tell you the truth, though, I don't mind playing it in front of people when you see fucking everyone go. Like, I remember my brother being like, "I hate that song. I hate playing this song." And I'm like, "All right, well, you hate seeing the whole crowd go crazy."
Yeah,
That's kind of fun, Like, it's not my favorite song because we just play it so much. But it's just like, hey, people love that song. There's something about it. You know what I mean? That's just fucking catchy tune. It really is.
It is. It's one of the best hardcore punk rock singles, I think, of all time.
I think so. I mean, like, what fucking... If you think about it, like, if there was, like... If like, hardcore was, like, on the radio, you know, like...
Yeah.
That would be, like, the hardcore anthem. I mean, every band has one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, that song that's probably one of the biggest hardcore songs, probably ever. Hardcore punk song.
I agree.
Like, it's a fucking classic.
Mike, talk about playing with Stigma in his self-titled band. You guys dropped 2 albums, New York Blood and For Love and Glory, both great albums.
It's a circus. It's a complete circus, and it's basically why we don't really do much. It's just a lot. You know, being an AF is a lot. You know, we do a lot of touring. It's really hard to fucking be in 2 touring bands.
Yeah.
I know Vinny wanted to do it 100%, and at one point I did, but it was just like, life gets involved, man. You know what I mean? Like, how you going to have a serious relationship? How you going to, like, it's just, you know, so we just had a lot of fun with it. We play shows here and there. We're actually kind of in the process of maybe re-release. Like, we like to release, you know, the movie New York Blood that he did.
Yeah.
He wants to release that and then the music together. So we may do, like, I may do, like, the artwork, and we may even kind of just do, like, the best of Stigma.
That'd be great.
You know, and with the movie, you know, like, put it on wax, and, you know, it'll be kind of like a collectible type of thing. Which would be fun.
Any classic Stigma stories you can tell us, quick?
Oh, classic Stigma.
I know there's a ton, but
there's a lot. I got a funny one. This is a good one. Oh God, this goes to tell you how serious I do not take myself. So I remember I was telling you I was working in a hair salon. And I was always like, man, I was like, I fucking, you know, I was, you know, at that time, now forget about it, but I was spinning like crazy on the top of my head, you know? So, the girl working in the shop was like, you know, we sell like this shampoo that like helps like hair growth. And I'm like, I don't know, fuck it. What the hell what do I got to lose? You know what I mean? I'll take the fucking bottle, you know? Maybe it'll fucking grow some more hair back on my fucking head. But that never worked. But, so it was like, you know, this fucking crazy, this is when I was living with Vinny. So, you know, he was always there, which I never thought was going to happen, but that's another story we'll get into. But, so fucking, you know, I brought the shampoo home, I was using it, whatever, and I noticed, but one day, and so when the thing, it's you put it on your head, that shit tingles, you know? It's like a fucking thing. So one day, he hops out of the shower and he's like, Jesus Christ! He's like, what kind of fucking shampoo are you using? My fucking balls are on fire!
Oh, man.
He's like, I'm fucking tingling all over the fucking place.
Oh, man. He thought it was regular shampoo or body wash.
Yeah, he's probably
hearing
fucking
himself.
whacking off with it, you know?
Jesus.
Fucking guy. I was like, dude, you use that? I'm like, it's expensive, that stuff, man. I was like, come on. You know, him, he in there, grabbed whatever, fucking started pulling his hammer with it. Fucking, he probably used it so much it fucking got into him. Fucking like all itchy and tingly. Like,
that's classic, man.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I know. That's
a real true Stigma story.
I believe it. That just adds to the legacy.
You guys listening, do not masturbate with Nair.
Or like Tiger Bomb.
Right?
I remember doing that.
Tiger Bomb used to stink. It worked, though.
Man.
Tiger Bomb used to work good.
Yeah, never tried it.
Stunk. Really? I'm surprised you haven't. It's good for like sores.
Yeah. Actually, no. I have some other stuff that I use when I train.
But it stinks.
Yeah.
Mike, What are your top 5 hardcore bands of all time?
Yeah, Mike. Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Dead or alive?
Killing Time, Bad Brains, Murphy's Law. I mean, it's a top for me because Murphy's Law definitely got me.
Started your fire.
Yeah, they lit the.
Yeah, I always loved Killing Time. Like Bright Side was like probably one of my favorite hardcore records. Warzone. Is that 4 right there?
That's 4. Yeah, one more.
One more. Fuck. Like, you know, you listen to so many bands. It's just like, fucking trying to think. I mean, I'm going back into like hardcore, like before I was in the band, but like AF was like, always, you know, one of my favorite hardcore bands.
Yeah, that's a good top 5.
I'm not saying that because fucking, you know, like, I just always had, you know, I mean, it's a lot of records I love, you know. Another favorite, it's hard to say like band, but like, this is, you know, Sick and Rolls up there, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, they were great. You know, Leeway, definitely another band. I mean, that first Leeway record was just fucking insane. You know, yeah, those are like, I mean, definitely, I mean, Bad Brains is so up there too.
Oh yeah,
just like
amazing.
I mean, when we did one of the greatest songs I did was actually not even an AF tour or Stigma. I was like, I filled in for Murphy's Law for 10 days, and we went on tour with the Bad Brains.
Oh,
I think
wow.
at the time were they the Soul Brains at the time? They might have been. I think they had to like go with Soul Brains or something because there was some weird shit with their name. I think they won the case. They got the name back. Something like that. I don't remember what happened.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it was like early 2000s. But yeah, that was the greatest tour. And I just remember, and it sucks because like HR was like totally weird.
Yeah.
And, nice guy, don't get me wrong. But he was just, at that time he wasn't doing anything on stage. They were playing and he was just like up there like being like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is this? You know, it was just weird. But when they played fucking DC at the fucking 930 Club, when they came on, he came out, he fucking did a backflip into the crowd. And it was probably one of the greatest hardcore sets I've seen. It was just phenomenal.
I believe it.
And it's insane. And it was, they were fucking on that night. You know, I remember watching from the balcony and like, wow, like it was impressive. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Bad Brains in DC must have been something to see.
The music, it was pretty awesome. It was definitely one of the best hardcore sets I've seen. It's pretty amazing.
All right, so top 5 bands of all time, favorite bands.
I mean, definitely fucking number one is Black Sabbath.
Okay.
You know, without a fucking doubt. You know, like it's hard. And it's tough because that's another thing. Like, it's hard for me to say like top 5 bands is really rough. I mean, because there's so many areas of different bands. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course.
Like if I would say like the first fucking 4 albums of Metallica, like those records were like untouchable.
Right.
Like after that, I can't stand the band after that. You know what I mean? It sucks. But those 4 records was like at that time in my life when I was a little kid, like there was nothing else. It was Metallica.
Game changer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I mean, I'll say Metallica because it was just, you know, yeah, it was at that time. I mean, they were one of my favorite bands at that time, and then there was another time it was fucking Iron Maiden. You know, I loved Iron Maiden. But you know, it's like I'm into a lot of different music, so it's not really, you know, The Cure is one of my favorite bands.
Okay.
You know, I love The Cure. They would definitely, I mean, I've been listening to them forever. It's hard trying to say, I mean, with hip hop, like A Tribe Called Quest was the best.
Nice.
You know,
and
Beastie Boys was another band, like, so it was really big into. I would say those were like my top bands that I still listen to till this day. You know what I mean? Like I still listen to it. You
Well,
know, I still throw on the Cure. I still throw on the Beastie Boys. I still throw on old Metallica, Bad Brains, and fucking Black Sabbath. You know, like those are like my tops right there.
Well, that's a legendary and diverse list for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I try to. I mean, I'm into everything. You know, I mean, just I don't give a fuck what it is. Emo,
I hear you. Good music's good music.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if if they write good songs, I don't really care what they look like. I don't care. You know, I love it. And it's the funny thing is, for a very long time, I kind of stopped listening to music.
Really?
Weird thing. You know, I just think touring the way I was touring, I was just so fucking. And then another thing is like you get an iPod and you get like don't even call those fucking things anymore.
Yeah, iPods are dead, I think, at this point.
iPod.
I haven't seen an iPod in forever.
I know.
That's like what is that thing? You know?
That thing's like fucking ancient history, right?
But yeah, like music became so accessible that I had everything I loved at my fingertips.
Right.
And I just got played out of everything. It wasn't. It's only been like this past year. Like I guess since like the quarantine, I was like I forced myself to get back into music, and I finally did. I think I just took a break from listening to everything, and it was weird. For a while, for years, I just wasn't listening to music. I was just over everything, and then nothing new came out excited me. I was just like I don't know. I wasn't into anything, or I wasn't letting myself. I don't know. It was weird. It was strange period.
Well,
but I'm happy to say that I'm back into it. You know,
that's great. And maybe you need to clear your mind, you know, and put a little bit of space between you and music, and rediscover your passion for it.
Yeah, you know, and another thing is I got very big into doing art. So I just, you know, I think I got burnt out being on the road so much, having music so goddamn accessible, and I don't know. I just kind of needed a fucking break from it for a little bit, and you know. But it's you know now I'm trying. Now every time I work on artwork, I'll put on some tunes, make a playlist, and usually it's like fucking Black Sabbath over and over again.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Ozzy years. Though.
Yeah. Me too. Always the Ozzy years.
I mean, I respect the Dio years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until recently that I actually started liking that stuff, and I do now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I think it was kind of just like a thing. Like what I grew up with was the Ozzy fucking era. You know what I mean? That's what I was introduced to. You know what I mean? That's what I grew up on. Like I remember, like Craig, he's the opposite. He likes Dio. Like when he got into Black Sabbath, Dio was singing for them. So like he was into like the Mob Rules and like all that stuff. You know. So but I have a lot of friends that are like that too, and I'm just like, you know, that's cool. I like it, but Ozzy to me was Black Sabbath.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think they should have fucking just changed the name of the band. To be honest with you, like his voice was so, you know, it's like imagine Agnostic Front getting in on the thing.
Yeah, impossible.
Or the Bad Brains getting in on the thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
You know, like they were great. You should just change the name. You should just call it Sabbath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not, you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, no, you know? I agree. I'm with you. The Ozzy years are untouchable, in my opinion.
Yeah, people disagree with me, and that's cool. Everyone's got their own thing, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, the Ozzy years was just fucking his pitch and his fucking even his fucking his timing vocally, just the way he put that over the music was just I don't know. Black Sabbath was fucking incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing like.
So, Mike, going back to your artwork, you always had a passion for it. It was kind of like another outlet besides music that you could focus on. But can you talk a little about your style of art and actually starting Gallo Originals?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, the funny thing as growing up as a kid, you know, I was always into art, and then my neighbor got me into graffiti. Mm. So that was fucking a turning point. I was just like, wow. It just brought like an element of fear into the art game, you know, which was to me, especially at such a young age, it was just like, it was fucking great. You know, like I said, you know, we were out stealing paint.
Yeah.
You know, taking our BMX bikes and bombing the parkways. Like, that shit was fucking fun. You know?
Oh,
You know, and I was like, I mean, I was never any good at it at the time. You know, I'm still not that good at it. But, you know, like, I mean, like, you know, in reality, but like, it was just so, it was so exciting. Like, I just remember, like, I remember watching, I forget what movie it was because it wasn't Star Wars. I just watched that the other day. And I remember, like, it was seen, you seen him on the Hollywood side. I remember just being like, this motherfucker, I was like, yo, that's ballsy. That's fucking, that's hard. Like, that's like,
Oh, yeah.
it was so cool. I thought it was the coolest thing. And I just like, you know, it was just so much fun to do. And it brought another style. So like, so I had that graffiti influence, you know, and I've always loved like drawing cartoons and stuff. Like I was always into shit like that. And, you know, I think I know like kind of like some pop art. So I kind of like,
Yeah, I see some of the pop art stuff's dope.
Really dope. Yeah, we might have to employ you to do a piece for our podcast.
Yeah, no doubt. I would love to. That'd be awesome. You know, and I just, you know, I've even, as I gotten older, I've even gotten into some fucking, like abstract stuff that's like, you know, I just, you know, I just love visually fun stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I just, you know, that's what my eye, like, gravitates to. So I experiment a lot. And I just, you know, there's so many paintings that I fucked up, you know, and, like, just from experimenting. And, like, I just try to add, you know, I look at a lot of art. Like, and I think that that's what educates me as far as, like, I could do that, or I could do that. And I was like, you know, and then I'm like, well, I'd like to do that, but I'd like to add, like, my touch. Like, you know,
yeah, of course.
And then, you know, and this is how I wind up creating stuff and creating my own style, you know, like, it's even just like when I feel like when I write music, you know, like, I don't just listen to fucking Madball, you know what I mean? So my band's not going to sound like Madball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you need, you know, I feel like with the different influences, no matter what, when I write music, it's such a different mix of everything I like, which is what keeps it from not being so generic, you know what I mean? Gives it its own flavor. And that's what I do. I just try to, like, I try to look at a lot of art and, you know, all different stuff influences me. And, like, you know, I just try to tie in, you know, what I'm feeling at the moment. And even just experiment and trying, you know, like, even, like, just sometimes the different moods you're in, you just do some stuff. And then there's even been times where I'm fucking just not in the mood to do it, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But,
well, it's kind of like, it's more like a therapy for you, too.
Oh, it's definitely therapeutic, and art imitates life and how you feel.
Yep.
Absolutely, without a fucking doubt. It really does. So it's like, when I wound up getting back into art, you know, when I moved to Jersey, got married, have a kid, and started that chapter, it started, just so you know, it was Tavi's birthday, and I did a record for him, you know.
Shout out to Tavi.
Yeah. Tavi's the best.
Yes, sir.
But, you know, I did a record for him, and I brought it to his birthday party, and he was so excited, and everyone was like, "Yo, that's pretty dope." I framed it and everything, you know. It wasn't nothing special. I just did Tavi DMS. It was cool, you know. But the people were like, "Yo, it's dope. You sell them?" And I'm like, yeah, sure, I sell them, absolutely." And I was like, $30, you know. And that's how I started selling them, and I just put them up online, and then from there, it just fucking, I really just I got so hard into it, and I just started doing really well. Like, people were really digging the CBGB's vinyl, and that kind of set me off. And then the next thing you know, I just I started putting everything on shirts, and all my designs on shirts, and so I even kind of have like almost like my own clothing line now too.
Yeah, I saw that. It's dope.
You know, yeah, it's cool. You know, so and that's another thing I can focus on, working on. You know, doing different T-shirt designs. And that's another animal. You know, like just making a painting and then putting something on a T-shirt. Like, you know, it's a different animal. You know what I mean? Almost like it's another art form in itself. Like creating T-shirts, and then I'm trying to get into doing that. And yeah, it's just going really well. I have a company. They I give them the design, they print it, and they ship it out for me. I ain't got to do anything. All I got to do is come up with the artwork. I give it to them, and it's not like I got a bunch of fucking smalls and mediums in the corner of the room.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to worry about that shit, and it's pretty cool. I got a bunch of my designs on it, and then, and even just other stuff. That's really cool because it keeps money steadily coming in.
Right.
I don't make a ton of money, but it's a couple of bucks, and it's, I've worked pretty hard to do it. I put my heart and soul into it, so, and I think people see that, so it's doing pretty fucking well. I do all right.
Yeah, bro, I like all the stuff you've done, and I got to tell you, that piece you did, that Murphy's Law piece, is amazing.
Oh, the beer can.
Yeah, dude, that piece is fucking incredible. Everyone should go check that out, man. You killed that shit.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to do more stuff like that now. Like, as far as, like, I took, like, the Murphy's Law beer can, I kind of made my own thing. Like, now the next one I'm doing an AF one.
Dope.
I created, like, my own demon, like the demon skin.
Yep.
That Sean Taggart created. I kind of took what he did, and I just put, like, my own take on it. It doesn't look anything like his. I mean, it's the same style type of character, but it looks different. It's more my style. So I created that, and just like that Murphy's Law beer can, I'm going to make an AS Devil like that, like a big cutout one. So that's what I'm working on, actually, pretty much as we speak. That'll be my next release. I was doing those cassette tapes. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah, those are dope, man.
People are digging those. So I might do a collection with that, kind of just like cassette tapes. Like, I'll make a cassette tape, what kind of colors you like, and then, like, you put your, like, whatever your favorite band, your favorite song, fucking whatever, wedding date, whatever. You put fucking anything on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a cool idea. Keep it fresh.
And I'm starting to do furniture on the cassette tape. I'm making a coffee table. I'm doing shit like that. Just trying to work with different mediums, different things, except for canvas. Canvas is cool, but I like to experiment.
Yeah, most. You're definitely doing a good job, man. You're doing a bunch of different things, and the pieces are coming out great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No doubt. So, Mike, when all is said and done, what do you want the legacy of Agnostic Front to be?
Over. No, I'm kidding. I'm missing the shit out of it. I just one thing I always like to say. I forget. I was talking to Roy from Nausea, and he's gone on to play in a bunch of fucking bands. He's done really well for himself, and he was just like, he's like, you're lucky you're in AF, and I was like, I am. I was like, and I'll tell you why, because I was like, there's so many other bands that there's so much fucking drama around everything that they do and everything. Like, AF is like, nobody can say anything bad about Roger and Vinny. You know what I mean? Like, those guys definitely are stand-up dudes, and I'm just glad that I could be part of their legacy, because they're straight-up dudes, like, they're for real. You know what I mean? And
100%.
Everybody knows that, and that's what their legacy will be. Everyone will know that, like those guys are for real. Like for instance, you go on tour with bands, and like some young bands, like, yo, man, I can't believe that you guys let us hang out back here and eat your food and shit. So, like, dude, like, you're on tour with us. Young bands, like, it's amazing how some bands like treat other bands. It's like we come out, you're backstage. As long as you come here, you respected everything, and you're not being a fucking gavone and an asshole. Like, your backstage is ours. You know what I mean? There's beer, there's liquor, whatever we got. We share it with the people that work. They're good to the younger bands. They're good. They're just good people. And it's just, and that's, it's good to be part of that legacy.
Yeah, they're real dudes, stand-up dudes, and they don't act holier than thou or like stars or anything like that. They just keep it real.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike, I got a question for you. What do you think your favorite pizza place in New York City is?
Yeah, we have to ask you that.
Try to touch base.
I know you got the pizza slice tattooed on your hand, so.
You know, it's really tough. You know, I mean, see, I grew up in Elmont, was like right on the border of Queens and Long Island. And we had this place called King Umberto's, and that was like my favorite Sicilian slice.
Yeah.
For like a sit down, for like a sit down pizza. I mean, there's Lombardi's, which is amazing. That's on like Mott and I think Spring. It's like supposedly one of the first pizzerias in America.
Yeah. Really?
That's what they say. Yeah. That's an amazing pie. There's a lot, you know. There's so many.
It's tough.
Yeah, there's so many spots, and I don't even live in New York anymore. There's a place by me I really like in Jersey. It actually, if you watch The Sopranos,
yep,
it's in the coming attractions. Like,
oh really?
Yeah. Pizza Land.
Is that it?
No, that's my fucking iPad talking to me. I don't know what the fuck. But yeah, that's it's a place called Pizza Town.
Pizza Town.
Right in New Jersey, and you'll see it in the coming attractions. They just have like a really fucking good, classic, old school slice.
You have to try that someday.
You know, and
actually,
I
think they were in that thing we watched. We started watching The Sopranos. They were in it, saying that they actually never filmed anything inside that pizza place. But people always used to go there because it was on the credits.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That, and it's another place, it's the Bada Bing. That strip club is very close to the pizzeria, too. Yep. It's right over here by me, too. The club was obviously never called Bada Bing. I think it was called fucking...
Sandal.
We're going to have to do a Sopranos tour of New Jersey one day.
They have the app.
Yeah, you know, the crazy thing is, like, I was always saying to myself, I gotta just fucking go in there, just to fucking go in there, just gotta go to the Bada Bing, get a lap dance.
Hell yeah.
Shit. And then fucking, I never did, and COVID hit. And
yeah. Well, when things open back up, I know I'm going to the strip club.
I'm saying right now, I think that's going to be a really scarce business now.
It is right now.
Yeah. You know how much money bitches are making on OnlyFans?
Oh, dude, I know. That's the new shit, bro. I know.
And they don't got to do nothing. They just film themselves and they get paid.
I know. It's crazy, man.
They're not even going to want to strip anymore. They're like, fuck that, you know? I'm making more money at home.
I know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I hope.
There's a lot of degenerates.
There is. That's true, and a lot of guys want that personal contact, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know. I think it'll return to somewhat to normalcy at some point.
Yeah, I think so. I think like in the next 2 to 3 years, things will be somewhat back to normal. You know.
Yeah.
Who knows how long the mask thing is gonna, be around for? But whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just take it literally week by week.
Yeah, you gotta figure we're
almost a year.
March, yeah.
Well, March will be a year.
Fucking crazy, bro.
We're at 9 months now, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's insane. Insanity.
Well, it depends on what state, too, about the strip club thing.
Yeah, because some strip clubs are open, I think down in Florida and places like
even
that.
Even Connecticut. Connecticut's open. Even Mass.
Well, the strip clubs are open out here, but they're very restricted. There's fucking partitions and plexiglass all over the place.
Happen anyway.
There's no lap dances. It's just like you go in and you can look at the girls through fucking plexiglass.
Yeah, but they still do, you know what I mean? But it depends, we're in Springfield where our club is, you can't have any girls. But then at the Magic Lantern, just because it's not in the city of Springfield, in that district, and they're not in the red, they can have girls.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that's in Massachusetts.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I just hope it, I just wish we could go back to fucking the free-for-all that it was before.
Yeah, right. Miss those days, even just, the funny thing is, I remember, we fucking tore our fucking dicks off the past 2 years. And, I was fucking burnt the fuck out. And I was really happy to take some time off.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, all right, man. I'd like,
Yeah, now you want to get back on the road.
Even just the fucking day in, day out, the Groundhog's Day every day.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm not working. I mean, I work from home. I mean, I am hustling, making art. I'm still doing that. Totally forgot to collect unemployment today.
That's not good.
I totally forgot about that. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could always just do it on Saturday. No big deal. But, yeah, so I'm collecting unemployment. That's eventually going to run out. But I'm doing okay. Like, every day. But it's really hard to just fucking create every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's draining. It's just,
And you can't really force it.
Yeah. It's when you're inspired.
You can't force it. Exactly. Sometimes it comes to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. Like I've kind of been on a roll the past week. I've been fucking finishing a lot of stuff. I did a couple of nice commissions. I'm kind of feel like I'm back into it now. So I'm just gonna keep pushing myself now. So right now I'm feeling pretty inspired. I'm feeling I'm kind of back into it. I hope I want to keep it up. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff I'm working on, so I'm pretty excited. It's just that a lot of customs I did, I'd love to fucking put up now. I can't consider like Christmas presents and a bunch of things I'm working on. I can't just post just yet.
Yeah, you got to keep it on the low for now.
So, but eventually I'll be posting a lot of new stuff I'm doing.
So what are your upcoming plans for the near future?
Upcoming plans for the near future is fucking hope we can get back out on the road again.
Yeah.
Next year, hope. And I'm just, right now, the only thing I can do is prepare myself for that not to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and try to fucking just keep creating as much stuff as possible. And like pushing myself to try and do different things, try to come up with, just something that not everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? That's my goal. That's what I want to do. So I'm just trying to push myself every day to do something like that. And I'm doing some pretty cool stuff. I'm pretty excited about some of the stuff I'm coming out with. So I'll be releasing a lot of new stuff next year, and hopefully make this my full-time career. And because if we don't go back out on tour again, I got to do something. Might be fucking cutting hair again. I don't fucking know.
Well, I think you got a good thing going with the artwork, so just keep at it.
Yeah, and you enjoy doing it too, so it makes it a lot easier. You're stuck doing something, you're fucking miserable.
Right, right.
Yeah, I mean, I got a nice platform to leap off of, being in the band, being on Instagram, having a decent amount of followers, so I'm able to get it out to a good amount of people.
Yeah.
And it keeps growing, so, it's going to kind of try to just keep doing that, doing what I'm doing, and that's it, fucking raise my daughter and try to teach her not to be a fucking scumbag. That's it,
well, yeah, man.
You want to share some of your social media? The Gallo Original Artwork page, any of your contacts, so people get a hold of you or see more of your stuff.
Yeah, where they can check out the artwork, where they can contact you,
Instagram, all that.
Yes, I mean I'm pretty much mostly active on Instagram. It's just Mike Gallo 1975, and then I think it's Gallo_or-original. You'll find me on. So I have those two platforms on IG. I'm on Facebook. It's Mike Gallo. Can't miss my eyebrows. I post everything on Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I mean, I should. It's just.
I feel like everybody says that.
Twitter.
I should. Everyone knows they should, but nobody does it.
Twitter's for famous people.
I don't want to learn something new either.
Well, Mike's semi-famous, but I mean, like real, like Donald Trump type famous.
Trump loves Twitter.
Kanye West.
Yeah, yeah, I can't compete with him. So.
And you got a website too, right, for Gallo Originals?
Well, it's It is. It's Gallo. I believe Gallo underscore. Yeah, it's Gallo underscores originals. But if you go to my Instagram page,
Yep.
the link is in my bio.
Okay. Cool.
You can, and everything I post, I usually have product tagged. It's pretty easy to find my store. I have paintings.
Some dope clocks I've seen. The clocks.
Yeah, those clocks are dope.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff. I just releasing hats. I'm just fucking waiting on these hats. I ordered them a couple weeks ago. Can't wait to get them. So I have also some backpacks, T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, all sorts of stuff. And I have clocks, sneakers.
Yeah, I've seen tons of bags, everything.
Yeah.
So
You're covering all bases.
I'm trying to, and it's cool. It's like I said, I have these companies where I don't have to buy these things. You know what I mean? They print them on demand.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's cool. It's good, especially when I was on the road. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
This way I don't have to focus. You don't believe how much time packing and shipping stuff up there.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just a lot. That's why I'd rather just deal with those companies. They put out a good product. It's good quality. Everybody loves the shirts, the quality. I made sure I put it on good stuff. I'm not gonna put it on cheap shit.
Right.
So it works out good. It's and I just redid the site, so it's pretty user friendly. And soon I'll be posting and putting up all my artwork on there, so you can see more of the stuff that I've done. And I take commissions all the time, so if you can check out the page, I can, I'm down to do anything like that. I've done tons of customs and anything like that. It's just like, so I'm down to do anything. I like pushing myself to the limit and trying different shit. So, if anybody has any ideas, I'd love to make some custom work for them.
For sure. So everyone out there, check out Gallo Originals. You can check out the website. Check him out on Instagram. Check out the artwork. Buy some merch from him. If you want a piece commissioned, he can do anything. So make sure you check it out and support your local artists or small businesses.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely. Fuck Amazon.
Well, Mike, that was great.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
Thank you for coming on, bro.
We appreciate it, brother.
We're gonna end the show with the Agnostic Front song off the new album. It's called "Get Loud," one of my favorite tracks on that album. And everyone, make sure you obviously go listen to Agnostic Front. Buy some Agnostic Front merch. Just don't stream it. Go buy the albums, buy the T-shirts, buy whatever they have.
Oh yeah, man! Don't forget Gallo original artwork. Check his stuff out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, a lot of dope
Thank
shit.
you, guys.
Well, Mike, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you,
man.
Mike. I'll talk to you soon, brother. Thank you for coming on.
You got it.
All right, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Get loud.
Appreciate you
Thank
too,
brother.
bro. Peace.
Thank
Street
you, guys.
Corner Soapbox, we're fucking out of here.
Peace.
Walls
Street Corner Soapbox.
If you're a fan of the podcast, you can help support the show by donating to our PayPal at paypal.me/Street Corner Soapbox.
That's right, guys. Make sure to like and share all of our episodes. And for easier access to our show, check out our link tree at linktr.ee/Street Corner Soapbox.